guys, it's me again. So I've decided to make some of my brownies. I was gonna make these brownies anyway because I made them last week and the whole family loved them and asked for them again. So I've decided to make some on record so you guys can do them too. I'm gonna start off by grabbing 300 grams of normal chocolate and breaking it up. Now I'm gonna double the normal batch that I make as everybody has asked me to make them, so I'm just going to do it in a big batch so I can make sure I've got enough for everybody. So for the ingredients, you will need caster sugar, which is 150 grams for you, 300 for me, and then 4 eggs for you, 8 for me, and then 300 grams of chocolate, obviously 600 for me, and 220 grams of butter, which would be 440 for me. So I'm going to start off by grabbing a little bowl out of the cupboard and just smashing up this chocolate. I'm going to move the fruit bowl out of the way. So I'm just going to smash up this chocolate into little chunks. And pop it in the bowl. I cannot actually believe right now it's about 1 o'clock and I've got all the lights on because of how dark it is. It feels like it was literally summer yesterday and it is tipping it down outside. So cupboard's open. So into this bowl I'm going to add the butter. Whoop. And then kind of try and smash it in because it's about to go into the microwave, so I'll try and spread it about a little bit just so it melts a bit quicker rather than in a big lump. And for the other lot of chocolate, just because my bowl isn't big enough, I'm going to pop it into this bowl here. So I've just split my chocolate in half. Obviously, this is just optional if your bowl isn't big enough. So I'm just going to pop the first bowl of chocolate and butter into the microwave. I'm going to put it on for 2 minutes and then check it every 30 seconds. And then I'm going to get some more butter and pop it into this one. Flatten it down a little bit, like I did with the last one, just so it melts a little bit quicker. Make sure all your rings are taken off for this next bit as it does get a little bit messy. I'm just going to grab this big bowl and pop my eggs and the caster sugar into it. I can't lie, I'm not too picky on my measurements. I usually just pour and kind of estimate how much it would be. Not the best I know, but it usually works out okay for me. So now I'm just going to take out the chocolate and pop my second bowl into the microwave. Again for another 2 minutes and check every 30 seconds. Just going to give this first one a mix. So after you've mixed it in, it should look a little bit like ganache sort of consistency. And then I'm just going to pop this one back down and then stir the other one. And now I'm just going to mix the two in one bowl together, just so that they're not two different consistencies for the next step. So now that our butter and chocolate mixture is ready, I'm just going to pop that to one side and bring back the eggs and the sugar. Now with this step, it's quite important for you to have a hand mix. However, I don't have one, so I do whisk it for a good hour. I say about half an hour to an hour. So please, if you have a hand mix, please use it because it hurts your arm. So I'm just going to grab a spatula. That's not a spatula. I'm just going to grab a wooden spoon and just mix it around. until it's all mixed in very well. Don't wear a white t-shirt. So now that we have this at an off-whitey colour, it should look something like that. I'm just going to pop these down and preheat the oven to 200 degrees. So now that the oven is preheated, I'm just going to get the ganache from earlier, give it another little mix in case some of the butter has rose itself up, and then I'm just going to carefully pop that into the bowl. I just called that ganache. It's not ganache. Just looks a bit like it. Now I'm just going to fold the buttery, chocolatey, textured, ganache textured mix into the egg mix. And it's important to fold this at the moment because we want the fudgy texture and not so much the cakey texture. So I'm just going to fold it in very slowly and make sure we don't create that very cakey texture in our brownies. So now that that's all combined, I'm just going to grab some baking paper and line my baking tin. And then I'm just going to pour the mixture into the middle of the tin. And now that the oven is all preheated, I'm going to pop this in now for 25 to 30 minutes. So I've just taken my brownies out of the oven. Usually I would put Nutella or something on it. However, I don't have Nutella and found Biscoff spread. So I've decided I'm going to whack on some Biscoff spread. So I've got myself a bowl and the Biscoff spread, and I'm just going to dollop a big spoonful, dollop this into the bowl. And I'm just going to use what we've got left in the jar. And then I'm going to pop it into the microwave for 30 seconds. So now that the Biscoff is all melted, I'm just going to pour it over the top of the brownies. And hopefully cover them all up. And then I'm going to spread it all out onto the top of the brownies. So now that I've poured on the Biscoff spread on top of the brownies, I'm just going to grab a few of the Kinder favourites, like the Bueno and the Little Hippos and the Aldi version of the mini bars. I am now going to chop those up on a little chopping board and sprinkle them on top. Now I've made sure to chop these into the tiniest of pieces as I only have one of them. So I want to make sure that this will be able to cover the whole of the brownies. So now that I've chopped those up, I'm just going to sprinkle them all around the brownies, like this. Make sure I'm covering the whole of the tray. There we go. And then I'm going to chop up the Happy Hippos. So now that I've chopped up the Happy Hippos, I'm just going to pop them on to all the little sections, and then I'm going to do the same with my other one. So now that I've done those, I'm going to grab my Bueno and then I'm going to chop that one like that, and then I'm just going to start dotting them around the brownies. I'm going to leave this now to cool down, and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge for 4 hours, and then it's all done. I hope you enjoyed this brownie recipe. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and also let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.